welcome to the sideboard here at the StarCityGames.com Standard Open in Indianapolis, brought to you by Ultimate Guard. I'm Nick Miller alongside Ted Felicetti here for a player spotlight. How you doing, sir?
Great, how are you?
Pretty good. You're a player who's kind of just burst onto the scene the last couple of weeks here and just had a hell of a run to just vault into the top of the Season 3 race.
Yeah, not bad.
Talk about who you are, where you're from, and what got you here.
Well, I'm me. I'm Ted. I'm from New York, but I moved to Pennsylvania, so I've been living in Pennsylvania for like almost 20 years now. Been playing Magic since '95, but I quit playing right around when Urza's Legacy came out and started playing in a band and touring. Mm-hmm. And I did that for 15 years or so, and a friend of mine had moved home from moving away maybe like 6 years ago. And he said, "Oh, I still play Magic." We used to play it, when we were little kids. Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that game was still around," So we kind of like brushed up on it a bit, played a little casual, maybe like 6 years ago or so. And then like in the last like 3 years, I started like actually competing in some tournaments and I did a lot of Star City stuff. I top 8'd an Open like way back with Reanimator deck. Mm-hmm. And after that, I was like, "Oh, I really want to pursue playing Magic a lot."
Right.
And it's, I've enjoyed it. Finally putting up actual results.
Yeah. No one ever quits Magic, it seems.
No,
like,
it just kind of like is inside of you. It's like this weird, entity over your shoulder. It's always like, come on.
Yeah. So you came back to the game.
Yeah.
But talk about, you're one of the more interesting player profiles we've gotten, of the recent years. Kind of a touring, band member. You do booking for music. Talk about your profession and how you got into that.
So when I was 17, I joined a band in Pennsylvania called Split 50, which was like a touring band that did like Warped Tour and just tour shows and all that stuff all over the areas. And I decided not to go to college and just play in a band instead. Mm-hmm. My mom loved that, and I did that until I was about 26. And we did Warped Tour. We did tours with like a lot of popular bands, like released some albums, and we finally broke up. And I kind of started my own band. I did that for a little bit. It was like 3 or 4 years, and then I started to realize like creeping up on 30, and I feel old every time I go on stage. So I decided to become a booking agent and book tours for bands. So
right.
I started my own agency, and I book for 5 bands right now, a band called the Ataris, mm-hmm. a band called Screeching Weasel, Richie Ramone from the Ramones, and a band called the Queers, and another band. So that's like what I do full time. I just work from home, or I work from tour, SCG
right.
tour. Out from my hotel room. I just have a laptop, use my phone, and it kind of like worked out really nice in the last year where I could work and travel to all these SCG events.
Right, from one tour to the other.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, compare the life of of a traveling musician versus now all this travel for Magic. How different is it?
There's a lot less women, and I don't wake up like sore every morning. You wake up earlier. I used to, wake up whenever I wanted, 1 in the afternoon, but now you wake up at 8 in the morning. It's really fun though. There's lots of cool people. You meet all sorts of nice people. And you get to play a game that you love and sometimes make some money, and it's great. Right.
So you were on the verge of a top 8 at the Invitational in Season 3, or Season 2, sorry. And then you kind of tied that into, just winning the Open in Richmond, and then winning the Standard Classic the week after that.
Yeah. That was my fault, honestly. I should have been playing Band Company the entire time it was out. And I was stubborn, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to try cool decks." And then everyone just started winning Band Company. I was like, whatever, I'll just play Band Company. And the deck was insane. So now we're starting fresh, new format. It's my favorite. Just like try out new cards and see how we go, see how we do,
Yep, we have a pretty sizable lead. This weekend, you're playing a blue-white control deck.
Yep.
You said, Band Company played like a control deck just with a bunch of creatures, so that's more your wheelhouse?
Yeah, I prefer to play on my opponent's turn and not mine. Mm-hmm. So the Band Company deck was perfect for that. Just like play a spell and get a bunch of guys, and you're like, all right, great, I'll kill you. I like blue-white control a lot. There's a lot of really awesome cards from the new set, and you get to play on your opponent's turn almost the entire time. Yeah. So it's what I like.
Okay. So you've been kind of putting up results here and there, playing. Now Was there anything that kind of pushed you to kind of jump in, or just did the string of the results say, all right, well, now I need to lock into this?
So top 16 in the Invitational had me like in the top 16 of the season's leaderboard. And going into Richmond, I told my friends who I was going with that, hey, if I do well at this tournament, I'll make a conscious effort to, pursue playing on the Players' Championship. So winning Richmond, I was like, well, all right, I guess I kind of have to. So I just went home and bought flights to every Open that I can get to this season, up into the Invitational Atlanta. And hopefully I get there. I'd really like to.
Yeah. So we're going to be seeing you the rest of the season.
Yeah.
You've got a pretty decent lead right now.
Try and keep it up.
All right, let's wrap up with a little bit of music questions here.
Sure.
As a punk, artist or a punk booking agent, what are your favorite bands and your favorite songs?
So my absolute favorite band is actually not a punk band, it's the Foo Fighters.
All right.
And the Beatles, I guess, it's between the two. As far as like the punk bands, like the scene music goes, my favorite band's called Face to Face. Just like a cool band from the 90s. I like, all sorts of stuff though. I like Billy Joel and I like a lot of older
Some of the
people music.
classics, yeah. We call those classics.
We call them classics, I guess. But, as you get older, you stop listening to bands like NoFX and No Use for a Name, and you start listening to Elton John. But, they're all good. I still love all those old records that I used to have. And I don't know, I like all kinds of music. I like the Beastie Boys. I like Johnny Cash and all over the place.
You got a wide range. We like that.
Yeah.
All right. Are there any crazy videos of you on YouTube from your playing days that people can look up, or what would you say they look up and kind of listen to of your playing days?
If you just YouTube, Don't Panic was my band, or YouTube Split 50, there's tons of stuff. I'm sure there's all sorts of crazy videos of trashing hotel rooms and spitting fire and all this crazy nonsense, but it was a good time, and I was really happy to do it, and I'm really happy to be here now, so it's great. Start with magic, go to music, end with magic.
It all comes back to magic.
Yeah, it always does.
Well, Ted, it's nice getting to know you. Thanks for joining me here in the sideboard.
Hey, man, nice.
Good luck the rest of this season.
Thank you.
Stay tuned to StarCityGames.com all weekend long for the action here in Indy.